Okay, let's open Numi for the first time here. I'll open Spotlight, type in Numi, and this is what we see first of all. So there is a sample page that shows you some of the kinds of calculations and indeed conversions that you can do with Numi. It looks great. I love the colors. It's in dark mode at the moment, which is my preferred mode, but you can change it to light mode and I'll show you how later. So what do we have? Well, at the top, you can see that we can give each of our sheets a title. So anything typed after the pound sign here will not be calculated. And we'll give each of our sheets today a title. Then below that, we have a simple calculation with some parentheses there as well to denote precedence of that piece of the equation. And below that, we have a simple conversion from inches to centimeters and then converting from dollars into euros. I'm going to create a brand new sheet with Command and N. I'll give this sheet a title. So these are some simple calculations. And let's take a look at what we can do. So I'll type in a simple one here. You can see that the answer is on the right in a separate column with green text. I'll do another one below. And we have the same again, the answer on the right. But you'll also see at the bottom, we have a running total of everything that is in that far right column as well. So as I add in another calculation here, the total increases by 3.33 there. If you want to move the insertion point up and down the sheet, you can use the arrow keys here easily enough. And it's very smart when it comes to the characters that you type as well. So 8x4 here gives us 32. And if I do 8*4, that does the same. So it doesn't matter which of those characters you use. Now, as we saw on the examples page, it does recognize parentheses. So this answer here is rightly 80 because it's calculating 8 multiplied by 10. Whereas if I remove them, the answer is 45. You can multiply numbers by the power of another by using the caret symbol, which is Shift and 6. And if you hover over any of these green answers here, you can click, and this will add it to the clipboard, ready to be pasted either here or to any application. So you can see it says result copied until I move the cursor, and it reverts to showing us the total. Let's take a look at some slightly more complex functions now, and there's a large number available to you. I've included a link to the documentation for Numi in the show description so that you can get a full list of them there. So examples include square root, which is SQRT, then a number in parentheses there. We've got round, which rounds the number up or down. So $89.51 clearly rounds up to 90. Then if I change the cents to 49, it rounds down to 89. We have pi included in here, as well as E for Euler's number there. For your trigonometry needs, we've got tangent, we have cosine, as well as lots of other things that I've long since forgotten. Now, because we have created a new sheet here, I should point out that clicking up here in the top right lists out the sheets that we currently have, so you can search them and switch between them easily, keeping a nice history of all of your calculations. Numi can also deal with percentages as well. Now, these can be tricky to get right when you're using a calculator, but if you think in terms of natural language, Numi can cover what you need. So if I type in 20% of £300, that's calculated correctly at £60. Then we can also add percentage amounts onto a total. So 12.5% on $500 gives us $562.50. If you want to know a number as a percentage of another, again, use natural language. So £30 as a percentage of £100. Well, that, of course, is 30%. Then I'll do a similar one below. So $40 as a percentage of $200 gives us 20%, of course. However, if I change this to $40 as a percentage off $200, you can see the result changes to 80%. So if $40 was removed from 200, you'd have 80% left. So if you use natural language when working with percentages, it's easy to get the results you need.